Hello, hello. Welcome to episode 31 of Contemplations with Austin West. I was told I should move my camera more down. Thanks to the editor. I mean, I don't really have an editor. It's just a homie looking out for another homie. Today's episode is brought to you by the sauna. Well, what came through me in the sauna? And the contemplation is, what is your relationship to discomfort? Maybe I should start these contemplations with a question that prompts your own contemplation while I contemplate. And then we listen to the contemplation and we contemplate together. Because you know what they say. You know what they say. If you don't know what they say, I'm going to make up what they say. And what they say is, when two contemplate together, you know the rest. What's up, y'all? Kind of wild. I guess there's technically 10 episodes left if we count 31. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 7, 39, 40. Yep, 10 left. 10 episodes left. Wow. I was in the sauna today. And I've done this many, many times over the last, I don't know. Fuck, how long have I been sitting in the sauna? 15 years or something I've been saunaing. One of the best things you can do for your health, by the way. And I always make an attempt to, how still can I be? Can I, not bounce my leg in the discomfort of the heat? Can I not wipe away the sweat? Can I pay attention? Blah, blah, blah. So many times I tried. And today I was I really directed all of my attention and intention into fully and completely meditating in the sauna for 27 minutes. I lasted. I mean, it took me 2 minutes to get in, so we'll call it 25 minutes I did this practice. Where I went into a meditation. I sat in lotus. I was leaning against the back of this. I wasn't fucking free floating in this thing. I was leaning against the back wall of the sauna. And I was like, I'm going to go into however long I choose to be in here, into a meditation, and I'm not going to move at all. At all. Not even a little bit. And so I sat with my hands in my lap like this. That's the most comfortable. Sometimes I do this, but it was like that. And I was in lotus, and I dropped into meditation. And I just started following my breath. Somebody told me of this new breathing, it's like what they teach you of Vipassana or something, where it's pay attention to the cold air you're breathing in and the warm air you're exhaling. And I just focused on that breath. And I got so present with my thoughts. I kept clearing my thoughts. I'm noticing, I'm the witness of the observer, letting these thoughts go. And I'd come back to the breath and I'd notice. And I just started recognizing all of these parts of myself that did not want to do that practice. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to I didn't want to sit still. I wanted to do the fucking sweat. You know how bad I wanted to wipe the sweat falling down my face, my back, my arms, my pits. And I just started noticing I would get this sensation behind my ear that wanted to itch, and then my hair, sweat pouring through, sweat rolling down my hair, and then just one thing after another. My back started aching a little bit, and then my left knee's got this knot in it. I've been working out, so if I sit in lotus too long, it starts tensing up and sending these little shooting pains through my calf. Especially as I've been doing more work on it, it's been more active as I'm processing whatever that energy or knot is. And all these parts of my body started coming online, started screaming at me and pay attention to me. Move, break your attention, break your meditation. You can't do this. You can't last this long. And I was able to. I think this might have been the first time in all of these years of sauna use that I was able to go 25 straight minutes of this practice. I mean, meditation alone, rarely can I go 25 minutes of complete and total stillness. But something today, maybe it's written in the stars. Today might be a great day to meditate. Maybe not. Whatever it was, I got to witness all of the parts of myself that wanted to confirm my discomfort, that wanted to create comfort, as if the wiping of some sweat all of a sudden creates this magical state of being that I enter where I'm comfortable all of a sudden. Like, what is that? And then just noticing how my body is speaking to me. Like, I had this weird sensation, kind of like like when a part of your body's falling asleep and it's like that you start to get that little tingly, itchy kind of sensation. That was happening behind my ear, down my neck a little bit. I'm like, why is that? I'm still. Why is that rearing its head right now? And then the knee, and then the back getting tight in the middle. All these different things. And I just started thinking about discomfort. And what did I notice in that moment? It's like in that moment, noticing that discomfort is almost the doorway there's something here that's unfinished. Comfort is the door. Discomfort is the doorway to something. I don't know. Let's play with it. Let's explore. I just started thinking about the healing journey. The podcast yesterday of like, fuck. And today I feel way different than yesterday. It's like, what? This time is so wild right now, and I'm gonna keep repeating it just to give you permission to be exactly where you are. And if one day you're somewhere and another day you're not, it's like we are entering a wild astrological period over the next 10 days. It is the rebirth of the cradle of civilization. What does that even mean? What does that mean? I don't know, but we're about to find out. Glad you're in it with me. I just started thinking about discomfort. I haven't stopped thinking about it since. I'm like, oh, wow. I can't remember a single time in my life where I really had a mass evolution or a jump or healing or a realization or something where it's like there wasn't a requirement of discomfort at some level. Let's talk about plant medicine. Either you have done it or you are plant medicine curious if you're listening to this podcast. Most likely, since that's a majority of my audience. At the very least, you've likely microdosed. They're not here to provide comfort for us. That's the lie that we've been sold. That's the lie of the big pharma industry. We're selling you the lie that all you have to do is take this pill and you're going to be comfortable. We're going to ignore the 50 side effects and the suicidal ideation and the loss of libido and insomnia and liver failure and that it disrupts your gut microbiome and that it eats at the brain cells and we're going to ignore all those because it's going to give you this little bit of comfort. And then we're going to back this with a commercial that makes it seem like, oh, it doesn't matter that this thing is literally destroying my body. I don't have pain in my knee anymore. And I'm not bastardizing all of them. There's a place, but for chronic use, for the things that we just need to feel, for the love that needs to be poured into the body, not numbing the symptoms of the body. All of these different things, they are harmful for us, but they sell us a promise of let me take your discomfort away. We've been sold that lie. This is the lie of cannabis. This is the lie of alcohol. This is the lie of many substances that we can use to numb. And it's not right or wrong. I spent much of my life, depending on the pharmaceutical, between 5 and 12 years of my life, consistently taking these things. I was on Viagra from 19 to 31 years old, the prime of my youth. And I could not have sex without taking one of those pills. I was sold the comfort of, oh, who cares if you got all this shame and guilt? Who cares you had sexual trauma when you were younger? Who cares if you're in your youth? Who cares? Just take this pill and you'll get it fully going and you'll have the time of your life. There's nothing to worry about. Bullshit. I felt like a slave to this thing because at that moment of my life, I had so much anxiety, especially in relationship. And all of the anxiety around sex and needing this pill to perform and all the stories of what it means to blah, 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 and this and that. And it's like it was just the weight of the discomfort, of the shame and guilt I felt, of the suppression, of the trauma that was being held in my body that manifested as this impotence, asking me to look at that part of myself. And instead I gave my power away to something outside of myself in the promise of comfort. But it didn't create comfort. It masked it. So it's like, where in our lives, where am I still masking my comfort because I'm afraid of the discomfort? I'm kind of going that with food right now. Kind of going through that with food right now. I eat really clean. I do. I cook 96 out of 100 meals I eat. Rarely do I eat out. All organic. I shop at local stores. I know my farmers. I give them a hug every single weekend. And when I go to the farmer's market, I know who makes my cheese. I know who milks their cows to give me raw milk. I literally know my meat farmers. Shout out Justin and Tiffany, JT Cattle. They're incredible people. We drop in, we catch up. I give them hugs. They're inviting me to a housewarming party in August. They just bought a new ranch. It's epic. I eat really high quality food, and I stretch that. Just because I cook doesn't mean I'm always putting, I like to get greasy with it. And a lot of butter. A lot of butter. And I've been going through this thing lately where it's like, my body's like asking me to fast more, but I'm like, I just want to eat. I'm on a cookie phase. I just started baking. What's up, y'all? Not bacon. Baking. Just started baking. I love cooking. It's my joy. And I see... I'm going to drop this right now. I'm going to put this out in the universe to hold myself to it. And whoever listens to this, hold me to it at some point in my life. If it ain't dropping on, fuck Amazon, actually. If I ain't self-publishing this thing at some point in my life. But I'm going to do a cookbook. I really love cooking. I really love chefing. I love pouring my love into food for people. And I can see that there will come a time period of my life, who knows when it's going to be, when it's like I kind of want to create some more spaciousness and just like have fun in the kitchen. And I'm going to create a cookbook. Like, I really love it. And I started getting into baking too. I'm like, okay, let me try to start playing with breads and banana breads and cookies. And I'm in a cookie phase. So I've probably cooked. I've baked. I'm not a baker yet because I'm not even using the right terminology. I've probably baked 4 dozen cookies in the last 2 weeks. And nobody else has been here to help me eat them, if that tells you anything. So, anyway. I'm in this thing with discomfort with food where I'm like, I don't want to give it up. My body's asking for me to fast. Like, dude, walk away for 3 days. I don't want to. That ain't comfortable. And I'm getting the ping. I'm getting the whisper. I've been waiting to do this liver cleanse for a while. Like, it's time. I'm thinking about doing combo. I'm going to do combo. Me and my, shout out Dan Green. What's up, homie? We're doing combo soon. We're working on picking a date and stuff. And I've been avoiding this for like 6 months. I keep getting the ping of, I should do combo, dude. That's such a good detox. I don't want to be in the discomfort. Medicine ceremony is not easy. Ayahuasca is not easy. It's about confronting the discomfort. And every time I do, I gained so much on the other side of that. And that was what came out of the sauna sesh of like, wow. To be in a place where I was able to notice all of the parts of me raising their hand and screaming to get me out of what I was experiencing, to create their own falsified sense of comfort that is so temporary. I witnessed it in a way I don't typically witness it. And this is the download that I got about comfort and discomfort. When we seek comfort in our lives, it's typically done in a falsified way because it is so temporary. But if I get comfortable with being uncomfortable, it doesn't matter what situation I'm ever in. I'm not seeking something that's going to be temporary. Yeah. Yeah, that landed. I feel like there's more for me to explore for myself. I don't know if anything else is coming through. Yeah, the more comfortable I get with being uncomfortable, the less I seek the temporary reprieve of all of these things. I think this is the bigger 40-day devotional process I'm in. Again, I went a little hard on it, cut out a whole lot, added a whole lot, It's been beautiful, and I'm doing these forever. We're starting another one September 1st in the men's group. If you're looking for a practice to call yourself, this is about self-ownership, self-responsibility, self-discipline, and when we agree to do those things in a container with other men, we can rise together and do whatever the fuck we want in this life. But until you call yourself forward, bro, no one else is going to be able to do it for you. So we're starting a 40-day devotional September 1st in our men's group. Shout out the Coliseum. Yeah. Discomfort. How comfortable can I be with forcing myself into discomfort? This 40-day devotional has been uncomfortable. Y'all, you've been in the process with me. And, man, am I growing because of this thing. Whew. I'm at 333 days of semen retention today. This has not been easy. It's been very uncomfortable looking at these shadow parts of myself. It's been very uncomfortable at times holding this like frequency of desire and eroticism and being able to like be with myself in that and stay so like head down of no pun intended of like, this is bigger than me. This is about integrating all parts of me. That hasn't been comfortable, and it's been the fucking one of the greatest lessons and teachings of my life that I got to create by my willingness to be in the discomfort. There's so many things I can point to, but that's the contemplation. Where are you seeking comfort in the avoidance of the discomfort that is the very path for you being more sovereign and free? Because at the end of the day, that's where I'm hoping we all get to. Complete and total sovereignty. That feels complete. Appreciate y'all. Love you all. Thanks for being here. And as always, be blessed. See you tomorrow.